Hello students, in earlier video we had learned practice set 1.1. Okay, now in this video we learn about the segment, ray and a line as a set of points. Okay, we had already learned what is meant by sets and how to write the sets and what are the operation performed in the or on the sets. Okay, so based on this we have to discuss some basic concepts related to the geometry. Correct. So first concept is what? Line segment. So what is meant by the line segment? As shown in the figure, A and B is the line segment. Okay, so what is it? The union set of points, point A, point B and points between A and B is called as a segment AB. Okay, that means union means what? We have to add all the elements from different sets or two different sets. All the elements you should write down in the union set here. Correct. Suppose this line segment holds the another 2 points, that is C and D. Then this is called as a line segment or segment AB. The union set of point A, point B and points between A and B is called as a segment AB. Okay. Segment AB is written as a seg AB. How to write this? That is, we have to use here SEG seg AB. Or we can say that seg AB is equal to seg BA also. Okay. When I write this AB, it is also equivalent to the segment BA. Clear? Point A and point B are called the end points of the segment AB. Point A and point B. These are called as what? End point. End points of the given segment. Correct? Next, the distance between the end points of a segment is called as the length of the segment. Okay, distance between segment A and B, how to represent this? This is represented by length of AB is equal to D of A comma B. Okay, we have already seen this, how to calculate the distance. Clear? So just remember that the distance between the two points of a segment is written as a L of AB, or it is also written as a D of AB. So these are the concept related to the line segment. Okay. Now next is what? Ray AB. Okay. So what is meant by the ray here? So ray, suppose A and B are two distinct points. Okay. A and B. Distinct means what? Different points. So A and B are the different points, two different points. The union set of all points on a segment AB and the points P such that ABP is called as a ray AB. Okay. That means we have to, in this figure, point A and B are the distinct points. Okay. So that means A and B is the one segment, as we see or as we learn earlier. Correct? What is meant by segment? So A and B is a one segment here. And the point P, any point behind this, that point P, such that we have to make one relation, that is A dash B dash P. Then it is called as a ray what? AB. Okay. Therefore it is called as a ray AB. Okay. And it is represented as this one. It is goes infinite. Correct? Understand? Here point A is called the starting point of the ray AB. A is what? A is the starting point of ray. Starting point of ray. Okay. So this is about the ray AB here. Then next, line AB. The union set of points on a ray AB and opposite ray AB is called as the line AB here. Correct? The set of points of segment AB is the subset of the points of line AB. Okay. Segment AB and line AB means what? Segment AB holds the only only characters or letters A and B. But when we call it as line AB means it holds the all letters like A, B and P. Okay. So we can say that set of the points AB is the subset of the point of line AB. Correct? Line AB holds how many characters? That is ABP. Okay? Line AB holds how much character? That is ABP. And segment AB holds AB. Okay? So we can say that segment AB is the subset of line AB because all the elements in segment AB is hold on the all elements in segment, sorry, line AB here. Correct? Understand this one? Next is congruent segment. So congruent means what? Congruent means same or similar. Same or similar. Okay? So we have to show we have to discuss here what is meant by the same or similar segments here. So how when we call it as the given segments are the similar or congruent segments. So how to do this? If the length of two segments is equal, then the given two segments are what? Congruent. The length of two segments, that is length of AB is equal to length of CD. Then and then only we can say that the given two segments are the congruent segments. If length of AB is equal to length of CD, then we can say that segment AB is approximately equal to the segment CD. This is the symbol of what? Approximately equal to. Correct? That means we can show the or we can demonstrate the congruent segment with the help of this symbol. Okay? Next. So some properties which are followed when we say that the congruent segments are there. First one, reflexivity. What is meant by reflexivity? Reflexivity means what? The given line segment is always equal or always congruent to itself. Correct? Suppose I want to draw here one segment, that is P and Q. So P and Q is congruent to itself only. Okay? That is segment PQ is approximately equal to segment PQ. Correct? Because the given segment is always equal to itself. Okay? So therefore the reflexivity is done here. Okay? Then symmetry. What is meant by the symmetry attribute? Reflexivity clear all of you? Reflexivity means what? The given line segment is always equal to itself. Okay? Like segment AB is approximately equal to the segment AB. Yeah. Next thing is what? Symmetry. If segment AB is approximately equal to the segment CD, and then we can say that segment CD is also equal to the segment AB. Like this one. If I say that this line segment is equal to CD line segment, then we can also say that CD line segment is equal to the line segment AB. Okay, this is what? This is the symmetry. When one quantity is equal to another quantity, then we can say that the next or another quantity is always equal to the first quantity. This is what? This is the symmetry. Next, third one is a transitivity. Okay? If segment AB is approximately equal to the segment CD and segment CD is approximately equal to segment EF, then we can say that segment AB is approximately equal to the segment EF. Okay? Now, suppose we have to draw here three line segments. 1, 2 and 3. This one is A, B, this C, D, and this one is E and F. Okay? We can say that segment AB is equal to segment CD. Okay? And next condition is what? Segment CD is equal to segment EF. Then we can say that the segment AB is equal to segment EF. If first is equal to second, then second is equal to third, then we can say that first is always equal to the third line segment. Understand this one? Clear? So these are the some properties followed by the congruent segment. Clear? Transitivity. Okay. How many properties are there? 3. Reflexivity, symmetry and transitivity. Okay. Next property is here, that is midpoint of a segment. Okay. If A AMB, okay, AMB and segment AM, this one, this segment is equal to the segment MB, then M is the midpoint of the segment AB. Then we can say that M is the midpoint of segment A and B. Clear? So every segment has a one and only one midpoint. Every line segment has only one midpoint. Okay? Clear? Next. Comparison of segments. How to compare with the segments? If length of the segment AB is less than the length of segment CD, then it is written as a segment AB is less than segment CD, or segment CD is greater than segment AB. So what is this? Listen, these are the two line segments. Okay, suppose AB is the less than length of segment AB is less than length of segment CD, then we can write it as sec AB is less than, like this, sec AB is less than CD, and or we can also write it as segment CD is greater than segment AB. Okay, like this. The comparison of segments depends upon their length only. Okay, we have to compare the two or more segments according to their length. Okay, next. Perpendicularity of segment or ray. So how, when we call it as a perpendicular of the segment here. Okay, so first is what? If the lines containing two segments, okay, as shown in this figure, there are two segments like AB and CD. Okay, two rays. Okay, these are the two rays. Okay, how to define the rays? We have to apply arrows. Or a ray and a segment are perpendicular to each other, then the two segments, two rays, or the segment and the ray are said to be perpendicular to each other. Okay, that means when two rays are present as well as two segments are there, then are perpendicular to each other. If they are perpendicular to each other, means what? They forms the 90 degree here. Okay, they forms 90 degree. Then we can say that the said to be perpendicular to each other here, like this. In figure, segment AB is perpendicular to what? Say line CD. This one, segment AB. This segment is perpendicular to which line? Line CD. Or segment AB is perpendicular to which ray? That is CD. Correct? Like this. Suppose take another example here. This one is your P and Q segment. Okay, and I want to draw here one line which is name it as MN. Then we can say that segment PQ is perpendicular to which? Perpendicular to line MN. Okay, perpendicular to line MN. Or we can say it there. Say it as segment, which one? PQ is perpendicular to ray MN, like this. Okay, so these are the perpendicularity of the segment or the rays. Okay, next is distance of point from a line. Okay, if segment CD is perpendicular to AB, CD is perpendicular to AB. Listen, when the perpendicular word is comes, the line or perpendicular line forms here 90 degree. Okay, so then segment CD perpendicular to AB and the point D lies on the line AB, then the length of the segment CD is called the distance of point C from point or from line AB. Okay, what is the condition here? One perpendicular line is there, that is CD, and D lies on the line AB. Okay, then we can say that, or we can find out the distance of the point from the given line. Okay, the point D is called the foot of the perpendicular. Okay, what is this one? This is the foot of the perpendicular. perpendicular. Okay, so this is the some theoretical discussion or theoretical part, but in next video we will discuss about the actual examples which is based on these concepts. Okay, so you should remember these basic concepts first, or you should know the what is the meaning of the segment, ray, then perpendicular, how to calculate distance of point from a given line. Then you are able to solve the numeric problems according to that one. Okay, so these are some introductory or theoretical part included in your chapter. So now in next videos we will discuss about the exactly how to apply these concepts on your problems or questions. Okay, so today we'll stop here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe it and share to your friends. Thank you.